everyone. I'm glad to be back. Uh, there have been some difficulties with my health, and I was not able to do my filming and create content and all that. I've been really ill from attack of my uh, rare illness, CSID, and I want to explain to you what happened, the importance of understanding it. Um, Other people, when I explain to them what happened, all that. So I will get into that. First, I will say this is Black History Month, and I want everybody to support the Crown Act. This doesn't just affect one color, but it uh, uh, affects all of us. Okay, so the Crown Act was, it wasn't approved because all of the states did not uh, support it. So it was only like 22 states. Two was added. One was Alaska, and I believe the other one was Maine. But the rest of the states did not support it. So uh, that law is still on the books, which says they can fire you if your hair is not sufficient to that company. They can just say either suspend you or fire you, and that's the law. You don't have a leg to stand on with that. You just have to believe. Also, too, in public places such as swimming pools, if you come in and your hair is not sufficient, or you don't have a swimming cap on or whatever, then the person, the lifeguard, could just uh, you have to leave, and you would have to leave just like that because it's a law in that state. What you need to do is go to Google, put in Crown Act, and put in your state, and ask the question about this law, and it will tell you whether that law is on the books in your state or not. And you will be surprised, believe me. Okay? I've been supporting the Crown Act for about 2 years, and I've signed a petition. And any information that happens, I would get an email about which state added or whatever is going on. So you want this information also too. So please do that. Uh, you can also put in the Crown Act and petition and sign the petition, and you will get the information on that. So please do something for Black History Month, and that's one thing you can give back within that, within Black History Month. Support the Crown Act, and also to do a kindness for somebody that would be given back because you all have taken so much. So give back during Black History Month. Uh, and I will be giving back and supporting the Crown Act. So that's enough on the Crown Act. And the next thing is this, the update on things to come. Uh, I was going to, my daughter and I was going to film Generational Wealth. Uh, Sad to pass, but Friday, I'll let you know what happened. But uh, we could not. So I am going to reschedule that for maybe this Saturday coming, and I'm going to check with her to see if she's available. Generational wealth. Uh, so I will let you know about that. So I will continue with the CSID and the misunderstanding. What CSID stands for is congenital sucrose insufficiency disorder. Yep, that's a big mouthful. Uh, and it's rare. Not just rare, but rare. Okay. Uh, I found out about it about um, uh, 2 years ago when I came here, and and because the condition was nagging at me from the time I was young and seemed to get worse as I got older, and it was terrible. So I said, "Well, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to contact a doctor here." And I was blessed in the fact that the doctor knew exactly what I was talking about. And so he gave me a test to take and to mail in, and he got the results. I went in and he told me what it was. Uh, it was CSID, and it was very rare, but there was something that could help me. And he gave me the papers on it and how to contact the company to get this medicine. So I contacted the company and I started getting the medicine, but I can't take it because uh, it seems to be that the basis of it is sucrose, sugar, and I have a reaction to it each time uh, I take it. And at first, I didn't understand why they would give me something that had a basis to it, or even a small chance of me having a reaction to it. I didn't understand it. So I have to call the company because they've been calling me to have a refill and explain to them that I can't. And I also need to make an appointment with my GI doctor to explain to him and see if there is anything else that will help me because that I have a CSID reaction to it. Uh, I will do that within the coming weeks once I really get back to my normal health. So, on this appointment, uh, I had a stress test scheduled with my cardiologist. And I wasn't concerned too much because I remember the medication that was used before with my other doctor in the other state. It did not cause a reaction. It hurt at the time when they gave it to me, but it subsided. It didn't have any reaction really to it. But I went in, and the tech told me that he would have to put an IV in uh, for the medication for the stress test. So I said, okay, but something within me was nagging at me like, uh, there's something wrong. You should not continue with this. But that was my intuition, God speaking to me. But I said, well, the last time I did the test, I didn't have a problem. So I went on. He put me on the machine to check my heart. Uh, After a while, it was like a long bench, and then it had a cover to come over my heart, and he checked stuff and everything like that. So uh, after that, he sent me back out to wait, and then later there was another person that called me in, and she did the stress test. So uh, before, she put all the things on me, plugins or whatever, all these things she stuck on me around my heart and everything like that. And while she was doing that, I told her about the CSID, and I could have a reaction to the stress test medication. And so, uh, like so many healthcare workers do, they act like they know more about things than the patient does. I know this because I worked in the medical field for so many years on the floor as a tech. And I did a lot of things, putting in catheters, all this, and you name it. I worked on NICU, PICU, newborn nursery, pediatrics, med surge, all these things. So I know how staff can be, pretending to know more than the patient. And I also worked as a unit secretary, taking out orders for the doctors to make sure the patient had the tests and everything and medications and all this and that. So I did a lot of things in medicine. So I know. And when she said that, and the next thing I know, while I'm explaining to her about the CSID, the other tech come and in the middle of that explaining, he just took and put the adenosine, I think that's what it is, into my IV. And it's like before I could object. And I had this foreboding feeling that something was going to happen. I knew it, and the next thing I know, I tell her that my heart is feeling hot, you know, around my heart, and I didn't remember that from the time that I had the test before with my other doctor, but then the other state, and it was just burning really hot, and I said, something is wrong, you know. something is really wrong. And so the next thing I know, it is she's finishing, and I sit up, and I'm dizzy. I'm really dizzy. So I sat there for a while, and I still didn't feel right afterwards. And he said that he had to do my heart, and this will show the adenosine will show the outlines of my heart if there was something wrong. And so I still wasn't feeling right. On my way out and to the desk to check out. So uh, as time went by, I seemed to get worse and worse. I started having my heart was hurting real bad, real painful. I could hardly breathe, and I was having trouble with my breathing. And every time I would stand up, I would get lightheaded, like I was going to faint. Uh, so within that day, all I could do was just lay in the bed. I took some pain medicines and stuff like that, and it was so painful I had to go to sleep. So I took a sleeping pill that helped. But when I woke up, the pain seemed to be worse. And also, I realized that it uh, activated my asthma. And so that's why I was having so much trouble trying to breathe. So I did a breathing test, breathing treatment, and everything. And I took everything I could to help out. Then I realized as well, as the days went by, I said that ice would help also too, because I'm sure it was inflammation and that would help. And it did. It helped with the pain and everything. And as time went on, it really scared me because I said, this is terrible. This is the CSID flare up. And also, too, I was nauseated and diarrhea, 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 diarrhea. It was awful. Uh, and all I could do was lay in that bed, not do much of anything, just sleep. Uh, my daughter took care of me. She would check in on me, make sure I was okay, which thank God for that right now. I'm so frustrated and upset that these people did not pay attention to what I was saying. I could cry. I'm so angry I could cry. That's what had happened. Sweating. I'm really angry. I can't speak and I could cry. So as that went on, my daughter helped me, uh, and I noticed that when I took my weekly methotrexate, that helped with some of the pain too, and that confirmed that there was some inflammation in my lungs and my heart. So I knew uh, I would have to help with that, to help with the inflammation going down and everything. So I also took my daily prednisone, and I am still doing that. And I have to take my methotrexate Wednesday. I usually take it on Wednesday. And right now, after over a week of downtown, I'm finally feeling much better to be able to film this and let my doctors know and my subscribers know what's been going on with me because uh, my channel is about transparency. But what I want to uh, talk to my doctors about, my cardiologist specifically, and also my PCP, is this. I know from, oh gosh, let me not cry. I know from working in the medical field that when a patient says something like that, I knew to go first and not go any further, but go to my charge nurse for that patient and let them know what the patient said. Then, if it was sufficient enough, then it would go up the chain to her doctor, and the doctor would address the problem. But because this tech did not feel or validate what I said to her, then I was the person that had the damage because she did not feel that what I was saying was valid about CSID, but she didn't know. And I'm not excusing her or the other tech. What they should have done was say, she should have talked to the other tech and said, the patient said this. I don't understand what CSID is, but what do you think about contacting uh, the manager or whoever was over them? If it was just the doctor, and if he was in the office, what they should have did was went in and talked to the doctor. Well, the patient is saying this, that she has CSID and she might have a reaction to the adenosine. Then the doctor would have came in and spoke to me and said, how do you feel about this? Do you feel that you may have a reaction to it? Or what do you think? Should we go ahead with the test or not? I would have said no. I do not feel comfortable with going forward with the test. If you could check in about it and more information or another medication that I could use instead of that, because there are other medications that my other doctors, my cardiologists in the other state use that I did not have a reaction to. If you could look into that, then I may pursue it. I may not. Right now, I just don't want to do it. And I will talk to my PCP about it, but I'm saying no. Then right now, I would not be sick in bed and having these reactions and having trouble breathing. But right now, it is like, wow, 90 times better than it was a week ago. Wow. I was in so much pain, I couldn't breathe. Yeah, I was having diarrhea and then I was dizzy. Every time I stood up to go to the bathroom or anything like that, I couldn't eat anything without it going straight through. And it was awful, terrible, bro. I should not have gone through that for someone's mistake. And I hate that, and I'm really, really angry about it. And I intend to speak to the cardiologist the next time I have an appointment with him, and also my PCP, because I'm very, very hurt and I'm very upset, and I don't like being MIA for somebody else's mistakes. Uh, as I said, CSID is rare, 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 rare. Uh, a lot of doctors don't understand the implications of what it is and what it does to a person. And what I'm understanding now is that a lot of the medication has the basis of sucrose. And if not a basis or an ingredient, then it's like uh, the machines that they use, they may not clean sufficiently and put the medication in there and stir it up or whatever and send it out. Then I get a reaction because that has been what has been happening to me over and over and over again with a lot of medications. And I have to be careful. Even with the CSID medication that's supposed to help me, it's not helping me. I'm having reactions to it, CSID reactions, and I got to stop taking it. I have stopped taking it, and I have to contact my GI doctor, speak to him, and see if there are other solutions. But for right now, I've stopped taking everything. And it seems that the probiotic diet, digestive enzyme and the fiber helps me uh, with the pain so far. Uh, Maybe there's something else out there that could help me. I don't know, but it is much better so far. And I just have to speak with my doctors, the PCP, the cardiologist, and of course the GI doctor. But for right now, people, when I say I have CSID and I may have a reaction to the medication, listen to me, please, so I won't have to go through all of this. Um, because I've worked too hard with my sarcoidosis, and my daughter have worked with me. And right now, I'm in remission. I don't want anything to mess that up. And when I see my rheumatologist, because of the test and everything, he can tell me if it's still in remission, and I'm praying to God that it is. And I'm trying to work on the CSID, but people, staff, is not working with me. And it seems like some of the doctors does not even validate the CSID. Of course, my GI doctor does because he knows. But uh, for as the cardiologist, when I told him about it before, it's like no validation. And it seemed like even, I hate to say this because I care for my PCP a lot, but it's seemed like I'm not even validated with my PCP, my CSID. And it upsets me and it puts a strain on me because I could have a reaction and because it also flares up my asthma and die. I could die from this simple thing. And that scares me because my daughter needs me. But please, staff, medical staff, validate, give me the validation when I tell you that I have CSID and I might have a reaction to the medication. If you don't understand what CSID is, ask me. I'll look it up on Google so I won't have to go through this pain and trauma. And I'm very upset. I'm hurt because medical staff is supposed to have empathy and look out for patients' needs. Um, and I feel that did not happen at my cardiologist. And I'm definitely going to address this with him and definitely with my PCP. So, right now, people, uh, I'm feeling much better. Uh, I think I'm going to probably, I'm not sure because a lot of times they will want you to go to the urgent care, and that's much more dangerous for me because of my immune system. And I will not do that because people are there coughing and huffing and puffing and everything like that. And I do not want to go and get sick. Uh, I will check with the home visit people, and they, I know the last time I had a reaction, they told me I needed to come to urgent care. Nope, no. I will check with them and uh, see if they can give me a home visit, maybe Saturday. I don't know if they come out on Sundays or whatever, but I would check into all this information so they can give me a clean bill of health. But I know I'm fine. Okay, and my daughter is checking out. She's taking care of me, and I will continue to heal, and I will do my breathing treatment, uh, my nebulizer, all this stuff like that that will help with my lungs, my methotrexate, all this, and rest. So I'm getting stronger, people. Uh, and thank you so much for worrying about me, my subscribers, my new subscribers, people that come and look up for my content. Uh, and I will be in the next day or so, uh, we'll be doing Black History Month, um, people in history. And I think I may do it on entertainers. I've been checking out the book, and see which entertainers I will do it on. But that is coming, and it will be done before the end of Black History Month. So, people, Black History Month is very important. Take care of each other and do some kindness, give back, because there's so many things have been taken away from people of color. So give back and do something kind for them, for us. I will say goodbye now. Remember to subscribe and like and pass it on. And thank you so much for watching. And thank you so much for your support. And I will see you soon. Goodbye. Thank you.